Greetings to all Samvada channel viewers. I am Wing Commander Rajeev, retired from Indian Air Force after serving for 22 years as a commissioned officer and now working in the corporate sector. I have come here to this channel to talk about India's favorite topic, Pakistan, and the problems that are happening in our near neighborhood and the options before India to overcome these issues. First of all, let us look at the history of Pakistan and how it came into being. Pakistan, in my view, is an artificial construct. Why do I say artificial construct? A nation, in my view, has a few prerequisites to qualify as a nation. One of them is history, the second is language, third is culture, and fourth would be religion. If any or all of these conditions are met, then usually the nation has a strong foundation. Now let us see Pakistan against these qualifiers. History. Pakistan has no history to call of its own, except for some history that has been presently written in Pakistani textbooks as their own. All their history is Indian history, which masquerades as Pakistani history in Pakistani textbooks today. Language. Each of the four provinces of Pakistan, that is Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Baluchistan, Sindh and Punjab, have their own regional languages. An artificial language called Urdu has been imposed on them and the local languages have been removed from the scene. So there is no language to unify the nation. Third one is civilization. History tells us that there is no Pakistani civilization as such, and all the civilization that Pakistan can talk of is the unified civilization of the Indo-Gangetic Plain. There is no civilization that can act as a qualifier for the nation state called Pakistan. The fourth one being religion. This may surprise many of our viewers who think that Islam is a unifying qualifier for Pakistan. It is heralded as so, and the PR is so good that most of us believe it. Or Islam has got very many fault lines as is envisaged in the Middle East. There is a Shia sect, there is a Sunni sect, there is a Ahmadiyya sect, there are Hazaras, and numerous that I am not aware of, and neither are you. So these fault lines exist in Islam, and hence there is no single qualifier for the nation state called Pakistan. Ever since Pakistan has come into being, it has focused its energies on building the quotient of Islam as a unifying force behind the country. If you look at the foundation of Pakistan, the best and the most fertile regions of erstwhile United India, that is Punjab and the Bangladeshi region or the East Bangladesh region or the East Bengal region, were the most fertile. These two regions were co-opted as Pakistan by the Britishers. They had a very good shoreline, they had vast river resources, and they had fertile soil. What more can a country ask for in 1947? However, the powers to be in Pakistan did not focus on these God-given gifts and focused only on Islam, thereby injecting poison into the minds of their populace, neglecting the human development. The results, as we know, have come to roost after 75 years. Today, after 75 years of existence, Pakistan is struggling to stay afloat. Its foreign reserves is about $5.3 billion, and most of it is loaned from either GCC countries or China. It has no friends to talk about. It has got active quarrels with Afghanistan, with Iran and India in its near neighborhood. Its only friendship in the near neighborhood is with China, in which it has a master-slave relationship. It has no industry to talk about, no products to boast about, and nothing in its human endeavor or in its human civilization that can be mapped to the world as an asset. Today, all it has is a fundamentalist version of Islam to propagate, and the output of it, which is terrorism, that has haunted the world over the last 20-30 years. So what are the options before us, and why has Pakistan after 75 years come to this pass where we are talking of its demise? Unfortunately or fortunately for Pakistan, right since its inception, it has had godfathers. In the initial till 2010, it was either US or the West, and afterwards it was China who played the godfather's role, pumping in billions and trillions of dollars into its economies, making it afloat. However, the US exit from Afghanistan stopped this flow of dollars from the West and from US. The resultant loss of cash or loss of income from the West has resulted in the downfall of the Pakistani economy. The inputs from China have not compensated for the shortfall, thereby resulting in the present impasse. So here, combined with the downfall of economy and a nation that is focused only on Islam, forgetting other avenues of human development, has led it to the present impasse. Pakistan survived on the three A's: Allah, America, Army. Unfortunately, America has given up. Now it is resting only on Allah and Army. The Army is steeped into corruption and controls most of the businesses in Pakistan. Today, what are the options before us, and what is the intellectual discourse on Pakistan's future? Intellectual discourse brought out in many TV debates and articles, both in the West and in India, talks about three possible options for Pakistan. The first is that India, as the biggest neighbor in the Asia Pacific zone, should help Pakistan become a stable country again. This will help. This is in view of humanity and to ensure that a strong and prosperous Pakistan is in India's interest. This is argument number one. Argument number two would be that India turn a blind eye to Pakistan and focus its energy on its development alone. This is argument number two. Argument number three is that India's payback time has come, and over the last 70 years of pain that Pakistan has inflicted on us through thousand cuts philosophy should be returned back, and Pakistan should be dismembered into its 4 provinces, turning into 4 countries. This is argument number 3. Now let us look at each one of them and see what, in my view, is the best case option for India. The first option, in my view, is a no-goer. Pakistan's whole environment and the whole ecosystem is geared towards fundamental Islam, and the 22-25 crore population are full of jihadis. A significant portion of them willing to die for the violent nature of Islam that is propagated there. Hence, bringing them up to stability today will only be a short-term balm coming back to haunt us for the next 20-30 years. So option number 1 is not going to help us in any way except to look good in the eyes of Pakistanis or in the eyes of Bollywood or a small Punjabi minority in the near term. The second option, to turn a blind eye, is what the Indian government has opted over the last 18 to 20 months or 2-3 years. This is partially good because we have cut off the channel of access for him to use our press and our diplomacy to make inroads into our population and to bring his thoughts into our population. But turning a blind eye is also dangerous because we will not be aware of what tricks he is up to and what antics he is up to. The present riots or the present disturbance in Pakistan, in Khalistan and Manipur are pointing to this direction, that we can no longer afford to turn a blind eye to Pakistan to be as he is. We have to take care of the problem. And that brings us to the third part. The third opinion expressed is to help in dismemberment of Pakistan, to convert Pakistan into 4 countries, that is Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Punjab, Sindh and Balochistan. In this argument, India should focus its energies in helping the Baluchis and the Sindhis to carve out in their struggle, to help out in their struggle against the Pakistani regime, Punjabi regime, and to ensure that they become independent countries. This will help India in many ways. One is, a smaller populace, a smaller country is always easier to deal with, easier to influence. We can de-radicalize the population of Sindh and Balochistan so that their human potential can be grown and they become useful neighbors to India and contribute to the world's well-being. In my view, Pakistan's demise as a country is written. It may happen today, it may happen tomorrow, or in the near future. How it evolves, will it evolve into chaos or it will be in orderly fashion, is what India and the other nations in the neighborhood have to watch out for and help. These are my views with respect to Pakistan. Thank you and wish you the very best.